Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Current Affairs MCQs. Let's start with previous day's practice question. The question was, which of the following best describes the word US bond yield? The interest rate at which the US government sells bonds to foreign countries, the profit earned by the Federal Reserve through the issuance of treasury bonds, the percentage return on an investment in US government bonds, or the total face value of US bonds in circulation. The correct answer is option C, the percentage return on an investment in US government bonds. It is typically expressed as a percentage and is determined by various factors, including the bond's face value, its coupon rate, and its current market price. When the bond's market price rises, the yield decreases, and vice versa. This yield is an essential indicator for investors as it helps assess the attractiveness of government bonds compared to other investment options. Higher yields generally indicate higher returns but may also imply higher risk. Understanding bond yields is crucial for investors as they can make informed decisions about their investments based on current market conditions. Of late, the US bond yield increased to 16 years high. Therefore, option C is the correct answer. Let's start today's session. First question is, consider the following statements regarding the small savings instruments. 1. The interest rates on small savings schemes change on a quarterly basis. 2. They are managed by the central government. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2? The correct answer is option C, both 1 and 2. Recently, the Government of India has raised the interest rates offered for most of the small savings instruments. The SSIs are a set of savings instruments managed by the central government with the aim of encouraging citizens to save regularly, irrespective of their age. Hence, statement 1 is correct. The interest rates on small savings schemes change on a quarterly basis. Hence, statement 2 is correct. All deposits received under various small savings schemes are pooled in the National Small Savings Fund. The money in the fund is issued by the central government for various schemes. Therefore, option C is the correct answer. Next question is, consider the following statements regarding the Article 142 of the Indian Constitution. 1. It provides discretionary power to the Supreme Court. 2. It was used in the Babri Masjid case. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2? The correct answer is option C, both 1 and 2. Recently, the Supreme Court directed sale of ancestral property of a man to pay arrears of maintenance of Rs 1.25 crore to his wife under its inherent powers under Article 142. The Article 142 of the Indian Constitution deals with the Supreme Court's discretionary powers to exercise its jurisdiction and pass an order for doing complete justice in any case or matter pending before it. Hence, statement 1 is correct. The article allows the Supreme Court to deliver justice in exceptional cases where existing laws or provisions are not applicable. It was used in the Ram Janambhoomi Babri Masjid land dispute case and was instrumental in the handover of the disputed land to a trust to be formed by the Union government. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Therefore, option C is the correct answer. Next question is, on which of the following the World Osteoporosis Day is celebrated annually? 20th October, 21st October, 28th November, or 19th October? The correct answer is option A, 20th October. Recently, the World Osteoporosis Day 2023 was celebrated to promote awareness regarding the prevention, diagnosis, and treatment of the disease. It is observed on 20th October annually. Osteoporosis is a health condition that weakens bones and makes them fragile and easy to break. It develops slowly over several years and is often only diagnosed when a fall or sudden impact causes a bone to fracture. It is organized by the International Osteoporosis Foundation, a non-governmental organization founded in 1998 and headquartered in Nyon, Switzerland. Therefore, option A is the correct answer. Next question is, consider the following statements regarding the UMEED scheme. 1. It is a centrally sponsored scheme. 2. It is being implemented by the Jammu and Kashmir State Rural Livelihoods Mission Society. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2? The correct answer is option C, both 1 and 2. Recently, a flower nursery was launched by a self-help group as a part of the UMEED scheme in Budgam. It is a centrally sponsored scheme under the Jammu and Kashmir Rural Livelihoods Mission, hence statement 1 is correct. The main objective of the scheme is to help the rural poor across Jammu and Kashmir. It is implemented by the Jammu and Kashmir State Rural Livelihood Society, hence statement 2 is correct. It helps women entrepreneurs exhibit and market their products. Therefore, option C is the correct answer. Next question is, which of the following published the International Migration Outlook? International Organization for Migration, Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, International Labour Organization, or United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees? The correct answer is option B, Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. Recently, the International Migration Outlook 2023 was released by the Organization of Economic Cooperation and Development. According to the report, India saw the highest migration flows to Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development countries in 2021 and 2022. The OECD is an international organization of 38 countries committed to democracy and the market economy. Its members are typically democratic countries that support free market economies. It was established on December 14, 1960 by 18 European nations plus the United States and Canada. Therefore, option B is the correct answer. Next question is, consider the following statements regarding the caldera. 1. It is formed due to the inward collapse of a volcano. 2. It is always uniform on each of its sides. Which of the statements given above is correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2? The correct answer is option A, 1 only. Recently, more than 2,000 earthquakes were identified rumbling across the Long Valley caldera in the last few years by scientists at the California Institute of Technology. A caldera is a depression created after a volcano releases the majority of the contents of its magma chamber in an explosive eruption. These are formed by the inward collapse of a volcano. Hence, statement 1 is correct. The calderas may have parts of their sides missing because land collapses unevenly. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. Therefore, option A is the correct answer. Next question is, consider the following statements regarding the Montreux Convention. 1. It is an agreement concerning the Dardanelles Strait and the Bosporus Strait. 2. It gives Turkey the right to regulate the transit of naval warships in event of a war. 3. It imposes a complete restriction on the passage of vessels of war through the Turkish straits. How many of the statements given above are correct? Only 1, only 2, all 3, or none? The correct answer is option B, only 2. Recently, the Turkish Ministry of National Defense announced that it will impose restrictions on the passage of warships belonging not bordering the Black Sea within the framework of the Montreux Convention. The Montreux Convention is an agreement regarding the Dardanelles Strait and the Bosporus Strait, also known as the Turkish Straits or the Black Straits. Hence, statement 1 is correct. In the event of a war, the pact gives Turkey the right to regulate the transit of naval warships and to block the straits for warships belonging to the countries involved in the conflict. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Merchant vessels enjoy freedom of passage through the Turkish straits, while passages of vessels of war are subject to some restrictions that vary depending on whether these vessels belong to the Black Sea littoral states or not. Hence, statement 3 is not correct. Therefore, option B is the correct answer. Next question is, which of the following is related to the Intelligence Bureau, the Internal Intelligence Agency of India? P.K. Mohanty Committee, Rajesh Pant Expert Committee, Himmat Singhji Committee, or 𝐃𝐫𝐤𝐬𝐡𝐭𝐢 Committee? The correct answer is option C, Himmat Singhji Committee. Recently, the Delhi High Court ruled that the Intelligence Bureau stands exempted from the rigors of RTI Act by virtue of Section 24, Act not to apply to certain organizations thereof. IB is an internal intelligence agency of India that is used to gather intelligence from within India and also execute counter-intelligence and counter-terrorism tasks. In addition to domestic intelligence responsibilities, the IB is particularly tasked with intelligence collection in border areas following the 1951 recommendations of the Himmat Singhji Committee, also known as the North and Northeast Border Committee. It comes under the administrative control of the Ministry of Home Affairs. Therefore, option C is the correct answer. Next question is, consider the following statements regarding the Floating Rate Savings Bonds 2020. 1. These bonds are interest-bearing, non-tradable bonds issued by the government. 2. Non-resident Indians are also eligible to invest in these bonds. Which of the statements given above are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2? The correct answer is option A, 1 only. Recently, the Reserve Bank of India expanded the basket of products offered through the Retail Direct portal, allowing retail investors to subscribe to Floating Rate Savings Bonds 2020. It was introduced by the Government of India in July 2020. FRSBs are interest-bearing, non-tradable bonds issued by the Government of India that are repayable on the expiration of 7 years from the date of issue. Hence, statement 1 is correct. Non-resident Indians are not eligible to invest in these bonds. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. The bonds will be issued for a minimum amount of rupees 1000 and in multiples thereof. Therefore, option A is the correct answer. The last question is, consider the following statements regarding the recently discovered lizard species named Laodracon Carsticola. 1. It has been found from central Laos. 2. It possesses extraordinary camouflage abilities. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2? The correct answer is option C, both 1 and 2. Recently, an international team of biologists, animal management specialists, geneticists, and forestry managers has discovered a new species of dragon lizard in Laos 1. It is a new species of dragon lizard. It has been discovered to live only in the karstic massifs of Khamon province, central Laos. Hence, statement 1 is correct. It possesses extraordinary camouflage capabilities, hence statement 2 is correct. It belongs to the mainland Asian subfamily Draconinae. This subfamily contains around 256 species that all live across Asia. Therefore, option C is the correct answer. Now it's time for the practice question. The question is, sometimes seen in the news, the Patriot air defense missile system is developed by which of the following? Raytheon Missiles and Defense, Lockheed Martin Corporation, Israel Aerospace Industries Limited, or Modern Intelligence? Send the answer to this question in the comment section. Stay tuned for the next episode. Thanks for watching.